What is up, everybody, bro? Thank y'all for joining me once again, man. If y'all are returning, please hit that subscribe button. If y'all here for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. It's only fire here, bro. If you didn't check out my last video, it's absolutely gas, bro. The gameplay is gas, the music is gas, the gifts are gas. Like, it's just gas, bro. Check it out. Those of you that believe in me, thank you so much for all your belief. And those of you that, are just checking me out, in ghost mode, back there in ghost mode, I still appreciate y'all too. Thanks for watching my videos. Just hit the subscribe button, man. Just turn your, your subscriptions on hidden. I won't even see who you are, bro. Just help me out, man. We got me to 50 subs already, bro. Y'all are lit, halfway to go. Let's get right into it. All right, bro. So once again, thank y'all for joining me. Let's just get right into it. We wanted to cover some Starlight rares in this video. We had a subscriber say that would be a good idea, and I think I agree with them. That would be a great idea. Everyone likes Starlight rares. Everyone else is talking about the ban list stuff, so let's just get into some different content here. I really feel like a lot of these Starlight rares are just going under the radar. A lot of them aren't, obviously, but that's what we're here to talk about. First card I really wanted to talk about here was Petitiel. If you watched me before, I like this card a lot. I've talked about how I don't own a page of this card. I don't. So like, if someone says I do, they're probably just, it's cap. But if you look at this card halfway down the page, we're at 60. Right after these 60s though, if you're looking closely here, we go to 80 right away. So if you don't have this card, personally I would say get one, because there's only 35 listings, and if you check eBay, this card just doesn't even exist there. So this is pretty much where you have to go to buy this card. I would recommend getting a copy if you don't have it and you think it's cute or you want it, whatever. Moving on, we have Lightning Storm. I wanted to cover this card because this card does not really go down. If you look at the sales, it doesn't really sell. People are not buying this card consistently. We haven't had a sell in a couple weeks here, but the price is always going to be around 275. This guy has it for 263. But that 275, when you're talking about a card that's expensive, that 13 bucks isn't the end of the world. Obviously there's not many of these, so soon after it goes up to 300. But I don't know if I recommend picking this up. It's just very expensive, and there might be better things you can put your money into as far as ROI is concerned. But Zeus Collectibles is a good seller. Just on a side note, if you guys do see some sellers that don't have gold star, it doesn't mean run away, it just means do some more research. I wouldn't risk just going with a new seller, but if they got a couple sales and some reviews, just do some research, see what they're about. Moving on, we got Telements Rule Kalos. I wanted to cover this card because this is one that I never personally had myself. I never did the whole tier limit thing. I kind of just took a break and started buying cards because a lot of cards went down during tier format. I'm rambling. And so this card here, we see the graph. Obviously it's gone down, especially since all these hits. So this is a good time to get it. If you don't have it and you want it, I would say get it now. People are obviously doing this. If you look at the sales, today is the 8th, so you can see people are just buying this card because it's on sale now, and they probably wanted it for a minute. Good looking card. Dynamorphia Teresia. This is another card that I wanted to cover because it's a Starlight rare, low quantities. Low quantities as far as 40. That's not even that low when you think about Starlights. But the card does quickly go up to 120, 125. Starts out at around $100. So, if you're into this archetype, it's something that you're into, maybe consider it. It doesn't have many sales. You see at one point the card did dip to around 70. I personally think that those days are probably gone, personally. We see that with some of these archetype Starlights, like the the Evil Eye one. There's a lot of archetype Starlights that'll hit a low price, and then once they get bought out the first time, they won't go back down to that super low price. They'll still probably go, whatever. So moving on here, we have Therian King Regulus. This card I wanted to cover because this is a really good card. Obviously, if you look at the sales, it's got some recent sales. Look at this graph. The graph shows that the card went down to around 140. I remember this card being around 130 personally. You could get it for 130, 135. That's before taxes. But now if you look at the card, it's 170, and there's 5 of them. Like I said, today's the 8th, so this card just doesn't exist. And eBay is the same. There's just a few of them on eBay, but they're still only going for 170. Like I said, personally, I remember this card was 130. So you are a little, you're late to the game, obviously. But if you want the card now, and when you're watching this video, there's still these on the market, go ahead and just grab one. You know, 170 for a Starlight rare that's actually broken. Like, it's a good card. You know, I'm not gonna say it's broken, but it's a really good card. So, you know, it is what it is. If y'all decide to get that, you know, y'all know what the quantities are like. It's very low. Trap Tricks Alamaris. This card is really good looking. This is a good looking card. I don't have any of these. You know, I don't have a lot of these that we've been talking about, but this card starts at around $300. You know, like I said, Zeus is a good seller. He has it for $260. I would just scoop that up. Like I said, if you see the Zeus guy, just scoop up his stuff, because he has some good stuff. It's cheap, gets here in 2 to 3 days. Like I said, I'm in AZ, so you know, depending on where you're at, but whatever, dude, I'm rambling once again. So we have Borreload Savage Dragon. I wanted to cover this card because this is a star that I want to get one day. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff on the list that I want to buy, you know, and not even Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, not even included. So, you know, we had to put this on the list. But, you know, if you look at the sales, bro, you know, the card has recent sales. So, you know, this card does move, and there's only 21 of these. Quickly goes up to 225. Like I said, halfway down the page, you're at 220. So it's like, I don't know, man, if you want to get this now, you may want to just scoop it up at 190, 200, because, you know, this is a very good card, and you know how Dragon players are. Like, the Dragon players are just there, and they're always going to be there. So, you know, I don't know, you may want to look into getting that, you know, because you may run out of time soon. Another card I wanted to talk about was Ultimate Slayer. This card is on sale, bro. People are just not playing this card. It's been like ignored and rejected, essentially. Like, we talked about how good it was and how you know, certain scenarios it would be so good, but like, no one played this shit. Like, hypothetically, it was a good card, and I still think it's a pretty good card. I'm just personally not paying this much for this Starlight. Even on sale here, we're looking at 160, 175. Quickly goes up back up to 200. But, you know, this is a card, like I said, if you believe in this card, I would say grab it. Personally, like I said, I think the card is very good, but I don't think it's something that you need to, you know, when it comes to Starlight, I probably wouldn't even be going for this card. Like you said, if you look at the sales, I'm not the only one that thinks that way. So people are just kind of ignoring this card. And if you have it, they're probably just not selling it because it's so cheap. So moving on, we have, you know, Shizao. This card's actually solid. Like, if you really read the effect, searches a card, negates card. So I mean, this is a pretty solid Yu-Gi-Oh card. Of course, it's only for like the one archetype right now because it needs a worm monster to summon it. But motherfuckers are buying this card, and this is a nice little card, bro. Like, you got one here, one for 145. It is light play. I don't know about this seller much, but I would scoop it up if you want this card. Quickly goes up to 200 and then beyond. So, and there's 12 of them on the market. So, you know, people are playing this deck. People like this deck. Master Duel people are coming over to actual Yu-Gi-Oh. So if you don't have it and you want it, you may want to get it. It's just that simple. And Blackwing Armor, and it sucks like that sometimes. You know, there's cards that, you know, you may not want to get them right away. You may want to wait on it, but you got to buy it. You got to figure out if it's worth it on certain cards. Blackwing Armor Master is one. You know, if you decided to wait on this, then that was the wrong move on this card. Because if you look at the graph, this shit was like 90 bucks. I remember when it was 90 bucks because I was like, if that card wasn't ass, I would get it, but it's ass. And then I was like, you know, now there's 12 listings of them here, and the card's 170 and then beyond. So, you know, Blackwing cards, bro. People like Blackwings, and it's just simple. You know, people that like these archetypes buy these cards. So, and they got deep pockets. So it is what it is. And if not deep pockets, they don't have no responsibility. So they can just fucking, they just buy it. So moving on, we have Illusion of Chaos. This is actually a meta card. This is a card that you can play in a lot of different decks and have it be very good. Searchable off the pre-prep or whatever. So, you know, gives you access to souls in multiple different ways. This card is actually going for around 190 bucks, going quickly up to 200 and beyond. So I actually might buy one of these myself. Like, low key, there's only 17 of these. I'm actually gonna buy one. So I'm gonna buy one of these myself. I'll show you guys when I get it. But this is actually not a bad buy if you can get this sub 200. And a lot of people have been talking about this in the past, you know, how good of a card this was to pick up, and they were right. You know, this has never been a bad card to pick up. It's a magician card, like a dark magician card. It's searchable off of the ritual dude, you know, the ritual spell card. Like I said, you have mad access to souls now, so this card is pretty solid. Moving right along here, we have Triple Tactics Talon Starlight Rare. The only reason I'm covering this is because it's insanely priced. I think if you don't have a copy of Talons, you should probably get one. If you look at my, like I said, you guys gotta watch that replay with my homie, man. That was one of the dopest, like, edits I've ever seen. Like, if you guys check out that video, the editing and everything on that replay is dope. And, you know, this is one of the cards that was showcased in there how powerful this card is. It's just such a good card, so versatile, it does so much. with monsters being so prevalent, obviously, like it's gonna be, you know, seldom will you not be able to resolve this. Like usually you'll be able to resolve this card. But yeah, I mean, I would never buy this shit, you know. It's one of those insanely expensive Starlights. If you have it, I wouldn't even sell it. Just hold that shit and as long as you possibly can, man, because these cards will never get, you know, they'll never really go down. And like a card like that, that's just always going to be, you know, that's just a nice to have. Like, good on you to having that. But moving on, we have Mitsu, the Insect Ninja. I'm covering this Starlight specifically, and I'm not covering all Starlights, just the ones that I've noticed. The reason I'm covering this one is because there's only 8 listings on the marketplace. It starts around 100, goes up quickly. So if you don't have this one, scoop up these hundreds, bro, because it's gone. There's only 8 of these on the marketplace. This is from Darkwing Blast, so that is, you know, there's a big disclaimer there. This could get reprinted. You know, Darkwing Blast, like I said before about the Bestials, about the Sprite, you know, all these cards are up for a reprint. And I know we can say oh, Konami, you know, they may not do an unlimited, but they just did an unlimited with the previous set, bro. Like, as someone who lost money, because I have a DP Starlight and I love that card, but I lost money, dude. I lost like 60, 70 bucks. We're gonna cover that later, but like, you guys just, I would not buy cards that have a chance of just going down in value. It doesn't make sense. So moving on here, we have Albulanatus, and like I said, that's where this comes in. Like, only 8 listings, so this would be cool to buy as of right now. But you know, if this gets reprinted unlimited, then it's gonna just go down. So like I said, moving on, we have Albulanatus. The reason I want to cover this card is because this is a nice little card here. It's a contact fusion type card, so you know, you can pretty much just use Fallen Malbaz and any dragon type monster to make this card. You know, if you're like me and you got one of these at 80 bucks, literally I offered a guy $80 at local cash and he took it. And he was like, yeah, man, happy to do that. And now if you look at the cards, it's like 170, and that's one of the reasons I made this channel, bro. Like, some of the cards, like if y'all listen to me on it, it's just easy. Like, this was an easy call. Like, this shit was like $80 and it's an Albaz card. This was an easy, you know, in my eyes, it was an easy, like, yeah, go ahead and pick that up, bro. So yeah, I mean, this card's expensive now, low on listings. I mean, if you don't have it, you missed the boat. But you know, like I said, it is what it is with that card. So moving on, we have Blazing Cartesia. This is another card, obviously, that's been getting bought out ever since that ban list hit. We haven't had a couple sales. We haven't had sales in the last couple days, but ever since that ban list hit, people are looking at this card. Mostly the secret rare. Where's my water? Fucking water.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother. But yeah, we haven't seen. You know, we saw this card hit some good, hit a lot of sales once that ban list hit. You know, the other Cartesia, the original print, was down to like 20 or less listings. I remember someone bought mine. I had it listed at 30 bucks. Somebody bought mine. Like I said, I was ready, bro. I was already ready. But moving right along, we have Book of Lunar Eclipse. This is a Starlight I also have. I wanted to get more when it was cheap, simply because it was cheap. If you guys look at this graph doesn't do it justice, bro. I got this card at $70. I paid 70 bucks for this card. It's now going for around 130 to 140, up quickly to 160 and beyond. So also there's 14 listings of this on the marketplace. So I'm probably gonna unsleeve mine, take some pictures of it, upload on the marketplace for 200, call it a day. If you look at the ROI there, that's around what, like 280%. Like, that's crazy. Like, even after fees and stuff, I'll be looking at 250% ROI on a card that's 70 bucks. So that's real nice. Moving forward here, we have Grand Guignol, and thank you for the people that believe in this card, because this shit ass. Like, I don't believe in this card at all. I just got it, like I said, because it was a cheap Starlight, and Starlights are Starlights, so there's just not many of them to go around. It's an easy investment if you think the card has potential one day. I got the card because it was a book card, and like I said, it was cheap. So, you know, moving right along, we have the Grand whatever the fuck. Like, this card is lit as far as its appearance. That's why I like it a lot. I covered it in one of my previous market watchers. I think it looks amazing. Great looking card. You know, it makes me want to keep my Starlight, you know, Cartesia. But like I said, I'm almost positive they will reprint that shit. So I don't want to get boned again. Like, I'd rather just get away with less ROI and still have money made, but like less of it made than just hold on to the card and get boned. Because it happened to me once and it felt like ass. Like, it just felt terrible. I was like, wow, what a fucking idiot. Like, I felt like an idiot. Like, you know, you don't want to feel that way, bro. So yeah, I mean, I don't buy this now, of course, but a beautiful card. If you can get that sub 200 at some point, I would probably get it. I'm gonna try and get that car like sub 200 because I like it a lot. I just think, like I said, I just think it looks beautiful. I wouldn't even sell it. I would just keep it for my collection because I think it looks good. And you know, that's another thing too we should talk about. Don't keep cards simply because you think they're awesome in your collection. Like, if you have a card that's going up in price for one specific time period and you know it's not a card that's going to be in the meta over and over, sell that shit, bro. Don't have a personal attachment to cardboard. Sell it, and then when the time comes, pick it up again. We have Dogmatica Ecclesia, the Virtuous. The reason I want to cover this Starlight, when I came back to the game, this card was already out and it was already expensive. So I missed the boat on this completely. You know, if you have this card, this is another one where I'm just like, good on you, mate. You know, good. Like, it must be nice to have this. Like, I mean, like I said, I don't have that shit, but I would love to have it. But, you know, moving right along, we have Destiny Hero, Destroyer, Phoenix, and Force. Like I said, I bought this card when it was around right here-ish, around 250. You know, like I said, I got boned. You know, it is what it is. I got boned. You look at it right now, you can get the card for like 200. Some of these are unlimited. Ew, that's just nasty. Like why would they do this to us? Just these unlimited shit just piss me off, bro. So I mean, I guess I didn't lose that much. It's already going back up for the first edition, so that makes me feel a lot better. It looks like, yeah, I was ill-advised here. So, you know, with the Starlight DPE, the first editions have good value. The unlimiteds are still rare as fuck, so people don't have many of these. So, you know, good shit, DP. I'm glad that you're keeping your value. Like I said, it's a hero card, so I'm really not too worried about it. I said that before in my last Market Watch when I covered it. It's a hero card, so I ain't worried about it. But moving forward, we have Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy. This is a card that I have multiple copies of. Like I said, this is a card you could just read the effect and know that it's busted. And that you should probably buy it if you have it. Like, if you have it like that, you know, you should probably just buy it, bro. So, you know, this is a card that I bought at around 200 bucks. You know, I got one for 200, one for around 250. Now the card's around 350, going up to 4. I don't know if I would invest in this card. Maybe, you know, this is a card that could easily hit $1,000. We could see this card hit that range, which is why I bought 2. But, you know, I mean, if you don't have it, maybe consider buying it. You know, don't buy the German. Obviously, don't buy a fucking Korean. Like, why? But, you know, you could buy one of these 375 ones. You know, it hurts me to say that because of what it used to be at, but thinking about what it could go to, you know, if you want that card, you're gonna have to pull the trigger, bro. Like you missed the boat. Like, the boat is in sea, like you can see it at sea, but you know, you didn't get there on time. Like, they'll wait for you if you buy a raft. But, you know, anyway, you got the Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. This is a Starlight hand trap, bro. If you look at the sales, it doesn't sell. But if you look at the price, you know, the price doesn't really move. Like, of course, you have some damage, some foreigns, but the first real one you have here is 290. If you look at the price, it's around 320, normally 340. So, you know, like I said, this card doesn't really lose its price, and like I said, all the other real ones are same cost. So this card doesn't really lose value. I don't think you should buy this card personally. There's just other things you could buy that are better, and I don't see this card hitting that like insane range, at least for a little while. Like, it may eventually, especially if some meta deck decides that this card is cracked. But, you know, I don't think this card's broke. I think this card's extremely balanced, and like, you know, it's a ghost girl, but, you know, besides that, to me, it doesn't have much appeal. You know, moving on, we have Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. This card is actually the exact opposite of the last card. I think this card has a bunch of appeal. People like me that have played the game for a long time love this card. People that are new to the game that, you know, do research on the old game end up loving this card. So, in one day, if a deck comes out that can make this card, it's going to be awesome, you know. So, you know, I recommend buying this, honestly. I've brought this up in a Market Watch before. Only 21 listings. There's less than there were when I covered it. You can get this card right now for 160, bro. There's only a couple of these, obviously, but, you know, I would go ahead and take advantage of one of these. Take advantage of one of these sellers, you know, buy, you know, not take advantage of a seller. They want the money, but, you know, take advantage of them posting these cards online, and maybe just pull the trigger and get one, because these are some good cards that you can get. You know, moving right along here, we have Lina. This is a long Market Watch. I wanted to try something different. So moving along here, we have Lina. Lina is a Starlight that I wanted to cover because it's very expensive. It's already, you know, at a price point that most of us are not going to be willing to pay. This card, for the ones that are not foreign, are going to be around 670 to 700 bucks. This is a card that will definitely hit that range, you know, that crazy ass range of some of these Starlights. If you don't have it, you kind of missed the boat. I personally don't recommend buying it. You know, like I said, it is what it is. But if you do have that, good on you. Like I said, that's beautiful. Good on you. Moving on here, we have Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. I wanted to cover this card because, you know, I actually have never seen this card in person. You know, I feel like this card would look awesome. But, you know, this card has very little sales. This card, even in Salad, you don't really play it. Like I said, I have a Salad deck on Master Duel, and I don't play this card. I definitely understand like the applications and how this card could be good, but you know, in Salad, this is not a card you would really make. Pricing though, you know, it goes up substantially quickly. So if you want one for 65, like I said, Zeus has some here. Goes up to 70 very quickly, up to 80, 90, and then above. So if you don't have it and you want it, I would actually go ahead and get the card. So I would get that card if you don't have it and want it. Another Starlight I would get if you don't have it and want it is Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. This is a Starlight rare from Dawn of Majesty. Dawn of Travesty. That shit fucking sucks, bro. This is a trash set. Like, I don't think this set is good at all, but you know, this is a Starlight rare from that set, and collectors, bro, there's only 15 of these on the market. So if you don't have one, once again, my boy Zeus, check him out. I don't know them personally, but I've bought from them before and they're a good seller, so you can trust them. But card quickly goes up, and we know this is a card that can hold its price because it's not coming back in a higher rarity. And even though motherfuckers won't play this card, you know, it's a card that is a collector's card, and people that are from the old days know about this card. And look at that shit, it looks beautiful. Like, this looks great. I mean, I personally would maybe buy one of these, but like, I have some stuff on my list. So if after that list is exhausted and this is still available, I would definitely get one. But you know, it doesn't sell like crazily, you know, it has some sales, so you could probably wait on this, get this whenever you want. I mean, like I said, it has some sales. For a Starlight, this is not bad, but you know, like I said, it is what it is. Moving right along, don't want to spend too much time on any one card. We have Black Winged Dragon. I'm covering this one because this thing went up for, you know, for the Blackwing players just decided to, you know, buy these trash ass Starlights. They got Starlights and they buy them. So, you know, this card has more listings than the other Blackwing monster, but you know, it just has, to me, the price point on this is just not really warranted. Like, you know, besides it being a Blackwing card, this card is cheeks. Like, this card is just bad. I wouldn't even consider getting this card. And it came out of Darkwing Blast, so I wouldn't even consider this shit. And you know, we all, like I talked about with this shit, this is just gonna get reprinted. Like, I mean, you know, I hope they reprint it at this point because I don't have Magnamits anymore, so I'm banking on it getting reprinted at this point. But moving forward, we have Protecting Spirit Loageth. We have this protecting card, so this card's cool. It's a light fairy. I've covered this card before. The reason I like this card a lot is because, like I said, it's a light fairy, so lots of different archetypes can just search this. If you have access to Ben 10, you can search this. This card's cool as well because it can summon itself from the hand. So, you know, let's see, blah 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 blah. If a fairy monster you control activate its effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then the other effect is you can target a face-up card you control, or your opponent controls, and an attack position monster you control. Banish your opponent's card and then change your card to defense position. So it's removal as well. I think that's pretty cool, you know, in a, you know, cool little card here. But moving forward, and you know, it's low on listings as well, quickly goes up. So, you know, I would probably get this card if you don't have it. You can get one right now for 65 bucks. So go ahead and scoop that up if you don't have it. Moving forward, we have the Irish Sword Soul. This card is probably just going up because it's a Sword Soul card. One of my other subscribers brought this card up, and it's crazy. Like, people just want these they want these Sword Soul cards, bro. So all these Sword Soul Starlights are just going to the moon. This card's also a hand trap, so you don't even have to play Sword Soul. This was never really a bad pickup, to be honest. But you know, so like if you got this card back when it was like 90 bucks, 80 bucks, that's pretty good. Good for you, you know, because like I said, this card only has 12 listings, and after the 100s, it's just going up to whatever. So if you have that card, good on you, man. It's good shit. Moving forward, we have Time Thief Perpetua. Did I cover this shit already? I think I did. No, I don't think I did actually. So yeah, moving forward, we have Time Thief Perpetua. I want to talk about this card because this is one of the Shadow Starlights. You know, I'm not covering all the Shadow Starlights because I've covered a lot of them in previous videos. I don't want to just keep covering the same cards, but you know, I'm covering this one as a new card because this is a card that has the potential to go up in price. Like, we look at the listings here, of course it starts at 50 bucks. There's 29 different sellers with the card, a couple of walls, one for 5, another one for 5, 4, and then I think Core has like 10 of these. Where is Core? 13. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of these on the market, so it's not like you're gonna miss the boat when getting these, but once you miss the boat, that shit's gone. And that's what I'm trying to make clear to people. I told someone else, I was talking to the homies on Variant's channel, and you know, I don't think they were feeling me when I brought this shit up, but you know, this is a card that, like, at the bottom of the page, you know, obviously ignore this one, goes up to, ignore that one too, goes up to like 200 bucks. So, you know, I think it could personally hit one of these type, like I could hit like a 150, 200 range. I think it could. Let them release a Time Thief card that motherfuckers like, you know, or let this card be played in some deck that spams, like super spams rank 4s or some shit. Like, if this card sees any type of play whatsoever, it will spike in price. And on top of that, it's a Starlight, so you're not gonna lose value. This card's not gonna go down to, you know, $30 to $40. So, you know, at $50, go ahead and get this card while you can. Seriously, that, you know, I've been on this card for a little longer than I wanted to, but I just don't think people are understanding, like, essentially, like, how, like, supply and demand works. Essentially, like, you know, of course people don't want it right now, so it's going to be you know, very cheap. But this card is not, there's not a large supply of these. So if the demand was ever to increase, then obviously, you know, hopefully I ain't rambling and you guys are feeling me with this. Just let me know in the comments below. Like I said, we're just trying new stuff, trying to always improve. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you think of this market watch. But moving forward, we have Mech Knight Blue Sky. I fuck with this card, bro. I fuck with all the Mech Knights, bro. You already know. If you guys check out my, man, that replay is cold, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look at that replay. No one is editing replays like that. That shit looks cold as fuck. Like, that entire replay is lit from start to finish. And like I said, I have new ideas that are gonna make it even better, bro. Like, bruh, that shit is fire. Go check out my last upload. It's fire. But with all that being said here, you can get this card sub $3, bro. I'm seeing 3 right here for $2.20 for a playset. And they're near mint from a gold seller, bro. People are disrespecting this card. And there's 53 listings of it. Like, bruh, if you don't have this card, go ahead and buy it. And this is one that I should need. Like, I'm covering it because y'all probably didn't know about it being on sale like this. But bro, this is so low. Like, this is like disrespectful. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like this shit's just crazy, bro. It's really crazy. This shit's that cheap. Moving on here, we have Purple Nightfall. It's another card. Absolutely crazy that this card is this cheap. You can get this card sub $5 right here. These few sellers right here got them for $5 or less. And if you go up a little higher, you know, trying to get some with 3 sellers, trying to get some with 3 copies, you're looking at $6. $6 a piece, bro, for a Mech Knight Purple. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, I mean, it goes up to 7 quickly to 8. So yeah, you probably want to get on it. Yeah, to 10. Yeah. So get on this card quick, but it's not gonna be on sale for long. But bro, getting this card for $5, getting this card for $6 or $7, that's a steal, bro. This is a solid card, and if you know what you're doing with these Mech Knights, it is a splashable engine. Okay, like, I'm so tired of people sleeping on these cards. I'm playing Mech Knights next format. Okay, I'm probably I'll get pooped on a little bit. You know, I'm gonna have to learn a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm sure people are gonna still have bestials in their shit, so I'm gonna get boned by those. But I'm gonna learn my way around this because I'm tired of y'all sleeping on this shit. I'm super tired of it, bro. It's disrespectful. Like, look at the Gear Suit. This is the best card in the archetype, debatably. You know, besides Purple. I mean, Purple is crazy. It gotta be the best card. But this card is easily a close second. This is what you search usually. This card is going for $6, bro. You could get a first edition original print of this card for $6. Quickly goes up to 7 to 10, like I said, and then people are like, okay, this card's a secret rare, I shouldn't disrespect it. 22 by the end of the page. Like, bro, stop disrespecting my niggas. This shit isn't right, bro. Like, y'all need to stand up for me. Y'all need to subscribe. Y'all need to stop this blasphemy. Y'all need to get your Mech Knights if you don't have them. And, you know, I mean, I'm rambling. I'm gonna have to edit this out because this is just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy out here. But moving forward, like, last card I wanted to cover, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on any cards that people are covering with the ban list because that's content that you've seen already. You know, I'm unique here, bro. I'm covering unique stuff. I'm doing unique things with my content. So I wanted to cover only this card because it's a card that's gonna have an impact. I feel like people are like, oh, Pendulum sucks, Pendulum this, Pendulum that. This is a solid as fuck card. This card is really solid, and people that know what they're doing with these Endymion cards are gonna make this something. So, you know, I'm sure Triff is already in the lab. I'm sure my homie Chris is in the lab. They love these Endymion cards, and these cards are solid. I have these cards too. I think they're solid as well. Like I said, if you look at my collection binder video, my first one, I got this card in here, super rare. I believe in these cards myself. So if you don't have this super rare, personally, you know, I wouldn't pay $5 just because I got this card for $1 or $2. But if you want it for $5, you can get it for $5 right here. 3 copies, $5 each. Quickly goes up to you know, to $10. So if you don't have these supers and you want the supers, maybe get them. But I don't think this card is safe from a reprint. This card will get reprinted soon. I strongly believe that. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But thank you for watching my market watch, bro. If you enjoyed, subscribe down below for reals. It'll really help me and help motivate me. Leave me a comment down below if you enjoy my content. For watching, sorry for rambling once again, but y'all are cool. Y'all, I love y'all. Please sub to me. It really help. Take care.
Help me.